in front of the Barbie doll shelf. Never write so detailed one. Okay? Because the government applies to everybody, right? So in your particular outlet, whatever you're selling, you need to make sure that you can make sure your employees, your customers, whoever that comes into your outlet can follow your guidelines. Okay? So you might just can help you and help themselves not to get fined. All right. So yeah, you need to define clearly lah. Okay. So it's not a simple section. Also, I remember got quite a lot of marks one. Yeah, I don't know where's the thing. It's in another document. Right. So pay attention to the marks for each of the section A, B, C, D, E. Pay attention to how many marks is allocated. Then only you know like how detailed you need to write. Okay. Okay, let's start. Section A is just now we mentioned one lah. Again, if you are still confused, you need to start your own business. You cannot copy another business. Okay, you cannot take a franchise. It must be your own new design. All right, that's why I suggest you all think about part D first. Okay, after you choose your category already, think about part D first. Part D is very important. Part D says, what is your business competitive advantage? Okay, let's say you start a cafe. There's so many thousand cafe now, right? What makes your boss think that your cafe can make money instead of burning money, right? Most of the cafe out there now burning money because it's easy to start a cafe. It's not easy to be profitable, right? So yeah, so you need to have a unique competitive advantage. Okay, you don't tell me you provide delivery service. Everybody and their grandmother also provide delivery service. Okay, I remember last semester one, somebody wrote, we provide delivery service, therefore we are confident that we can have a competitive advantage. Who also providing competitive advantage? Okay, so it's not advantage anymore. So you must think carefully, all right, whatever your business is, home furniture, gift shop, or whatever, or what's so special about your business? Okay, so like you're presenting to me, right? So I need to agree that, oh, wow, this one is an advantage. This one got a chance to survive. Okay, so I need to think that. So that will be your marks for your part donkey. Okay, so I advise you all to do this part first, although it's the last part, almost the last part. Think about this part first before you do your B and C. Okay, so because you know your competitive advantage already, so you will know your business style. Okay, what's your business direction? Okay, so maybe that will influence your choice of location, right? You're targeting the rich, or you're targeting the poor, not poor, I mean the middle income, okay, or high income, or who. Okay, so whatever your competitive advantage is, maybe it has an effect on your location decision and also your layout design, okay, which is very likely lah. So do the part D first. So in your part A, when you're arranging your activities, maybe you can bring the part D up. Maybe. Okay, that's up to you one. Okay, yeah. So the example of activities is like Zihong's one lah just now. Okay, that one correct really. Don't write anything about starting the business. Don't write anything about renovation, site visit, not advisable also, unless you just want to look from outside. Yeah, so nothing, because you don't have any approval to start the business yet. You don't have any money. Okay, you're just submitting a proposal. So all the 35 days are activities before the proposal. Okay, you can put in group discussion also can. Okay, now after the table, right? Just now you show me a table, right? After the table, I expect down there you explain in essay form. each activity at least around 2-3 sentences what you're trying to do. Okay, for example, in the table, you write group discussion. So how I know discuss what? So down there below the table, you explain in this group discussion, the group members were discussing about what and what and what. Okay, so each activity is explained clearly. That is what I'm looking for in part A. Okay, part B, we'll talk about it today. Today we're doing location, right? Part C, last week we already did already. Okay, all these criteria you should know. Yeah, so you try to cover all in your assignment. Okay, now it needs to be very systematic. The coursework specifications already tell you A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So you just follow. Okay, you don't jump here, jump there, jump here, jump there, or combine everything into one. Very messy. Okay, go one by one. After that, bird's eye view layout. All right, you can draw with your hand. If you think your drawing is very nice, go ahead. But there are a lot of free websites that can allow you to draw layout one. 2D layout, top down. Okay, now make sure every box, every circle, every triangle or whatever icon is clear. Okay, so below the layout, I'm expecting a description. Okay, this icon is toilet. This icon is fire extinguisher. This icon is table. Okay, even if you got no icon, red color circle is what? Blue color square is what? Okay, so give me a description so I know what is where. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm done. All right, so this report will be 60% of your total coursework marks, and then after that you present your coursework lah. That's all. Very simple. Wow, so long Let me see. Okay. How many rules for your SOP How many rules? I don't know lah. Okay, but you just need to go and see how many marks is allocated, what is the word count you should put inside, and then you write. Okay, try to cover every area of your business. Okay, let's say you are a cafe. Cafe got a few areas, right? Got your maybe your barista, maybe got your kitchen, your delivery, got your in-house sitting, okay, payments, okay, all these like processes, all these functions you try to cover all, then should be okay. Only the SOP or even the shop we choose, because my group choose a gift shop, but we are contemplating on that because if it's related to COVID, gift shop will not be realistic. Okay. Currently cannot lah. Okay, currently everything is closed, right? So you can choose to follow the CMCO guidelines. Okay, before this around February, March, April that time. Okay, where businesses still can run. Okay, you can assume that timeline. All right, because like logically speaking, your boss also won't expect you to open a business now. Now everything is closed. Okay, so you can follow the CMCO guidelines from the government. For competitive advantage, can we say we provide true view and detail of the furniture at our website, and we have particular customer service for customers to ask for further information so that customers can order through online and we provide free delivery. Okay. Today, if I go online, can I find a few websites, multiple websites that provide me the exact same features that you're offering? Can see picture online. Okay, I don't know what you mean by true view. The person hold camera there. Okay, or the video. Okay, or I don't know. Okay, but I'm very sure that if I go online now, I can find a lot of furniture websites that allow me to see a 3D view of the furniture. Definitely there's online customer service. Definitely there's a hotline. Definitely there's free delivery. Not free delivery, definitely there's delivery. Okay. So if I can do that, then it's no longer a competitive advantage. Okay, so you can think about it that way. Yep. Am I missing anything? Anyway, oh, fun. Get poked by people. And my hands still pain. Sian. Anyway, you all go and do first. Then maybe you all will have other things you are not sure about. Then you all only ask lah. Okay. So for now, we just leave it at that. Alright. Okay. Come, let's do tutorial. Bruh. Okay. Wait. Overshot. Okay, come, question one. Wait, who do question one?
Hello, sir. So question one, many Malaysian companies have been looking forward to relocate their branches in other countries. Discuss key strategic success factors in looking for such countries. Before relocating branches in other countries, Malaysia's companies need to consider the political risk of the country. The political risks associated with national, state, and local governments' attitudes toward private and intellectual property, zoning, pollution, and employment stability may be inferred. Governmental positions and annual law and regulation of a country can change from time to time. For example, Malaysian companies which focus mainly on intellectual property such as patents, trademarks, and copyrights will need to consider the country's intellectual property law before relocating their branches. Although wage rates and productivity may make a country seem economical, but the exchange rates may negate any savings. Sometimes firms can take advantage of a particularly favorable exchange rate by relocating or exporting to a foreign country. However, the values of foreign currencies continually rise and fall in most countries. A higher exchange rate in a country can have a significant impact on costs. For example, if Malaysian companies relocate their branches in a country which is currently increasing the exchange rate, they need to purchase raw materials at higher price. If the selling price cannot be increased, the sales margin will be narrow. One of the greatest challenges in a global operations decision is dealing with another country's culture. Cultural variation in punctuality by employees and suppliers make a marked difference in production and delivery schedules. Bribery and other forms of corruption also create substantial economic inefficiency, as well as ethical and legal problems in the global arena. For example, the headquarters in Malaysia may find it difficult to communicate and deliver goods to their branches in other countries, which have lower punctuality rates. As a result, operation managers face significant challenges when building effective supply chains across cultures.
Ooh, okay. Got a few more, I think. Let me see. Your notes got lah. Okay, your notes, you go and see your notes. Got three categories one. Okay, so the first category when choosing a location is choosing country lah. Okay, when you're choosing a country, what are the things that you need to look at? Alright. So all these points, I think you can understand. political risks and then we got the, let's say zoning just now. Yeah, intellectual property, all the rules and regulations here. Okay, let me highlight one, and yeah, and then all this stuff here. Okay, like y'all should think, you should understand. Like zoning, right, is the various zones lah. Okay, for like in a state, like in KL, got certain zones where you can do certain things. Like Shah Alam, there's this zone where you can build factories and stuff like that. And then this zone is particularly for residential area, not commercial area. You cannot do business, can only stay, like these zones. Okay, and the rest should be quite straightforward. Okay, and then next we have wage, money stuff, right? Anything to tell you that if you put your company in this country, will your profitability increase or will it go down? Okay, so wage rate, productivity, exchange rate, and material prices. Yeah, but like this is the effect. And then the last one is culture. Okay. So I think quite straightforward. Let us move on to question 2.
So for question 2, discuss what are the factors to be considered for strategic importance of locating your organization or company. So the first factor will be market proximity. Locating facility close to the market helps firms not only reduce transportation costs but also serve their customer better. The firm can provide just-in-time delivery, respond to changes in demand, and react quickly to fill or service problems. Market proximity is a prime consideration for poor service organizations such as hotel, hospital, retail store, and trade. Therefore, they should always be located close to the market. So for second factor, availability of labor and skill. The availability of labor and skill is one of the important factors in production. Labor may be readily available in some areas than in other areas. Availability of skill as well as unskilled labor in the required proportion in one area is usually not possible. Firms that emphasize more on technology require skilled people and so prefer a location where the skilled people are available. On the other hand, firms with more labor-intensive processes prefer the area where the cost of labor is cheap and the labor is available in plenty. So the third factor is availability of transportation facility. The 5 basic modes of physical transportation are air, road, rail, water, and pipeline. Firms consider the relative cost, convenience, and suitability of each mode and then select the transportation method. For instance, firms that produce goods that are not to be exported may choose a location near a seaport or a large airport. And the next factor is political, cultural, and economic situation. Firms should be aware of the political, cultural, and economic environment of the proposed location as this factor might affect the smooth running of the plant. For instance, firms suffer loss if their plants are located in political and socially sensitive places. The last factor is availability of service. Electricity, water, gas, drainage, and disposal of waste are some of the important services that need to be considered while selecting a location. For example, the food and textile unit require considerable quantity of water and power. Rapid communication network is required for financial services, and an effective drainage and disposal system is required for the process industry as it produces a lot of waste. That's all.
Okay, like this question, right, is a bit weird, but it's not very straightforward lah. Okay, so it says that what factors need to be considered for strategic importance? Okay, so like there's no such category in your lecture notes one. The lecture notes got country, region, and site, I think. Okay, so you can choose from any of these as long as it affects your strategic decisions. Okay, your company direction, company operation, company profitability, right? All these things, like if it affects, then it can be accepted as an answer already. Okay, so your answers are acceptable. Now these things are quite straightforward lah. Okay, I won't go through. But for your assignment, okay, part B, right? Just now I never explained part B yet. You need to find key success factors, right? What are the 5 most important factors for you when you are choosing your business location, right? So you figure out yourself, okay, uh, what will affect lah, all right? Your particular business, like is it a cafe, what affects the cafe? If it is a furniture shop, what affects furniture? Okay, so like one possible one you can use is market proximity. Okay, yeah, like in my head, the few things that you need to think about, right, is market proximity, okay, proximity to suppliers, proximity to competitors. Okay, these 3 you need to think about and see your type of business, which one do you think is important? Okay, if all 3 you think not important, then it's fine lah. Okay, but think about it. As a retail store, right, which one do you think is important for you? And your type of business, the things that you use, do you need to be near your suppliers? Okay, the things that you sell, do you need to be near your customers, or you think you should be near your competitors? Okay, or far from competitors? Both also got their reasons one. Okay, so think about it. Let's go to 3.
Question 3. Based on the factor rating approach, determine the choice of location for XYZ group of companies to expand its theme park. To calculate the First, we need to calculate the weighted score for Penang and Kuantan. To calculate the weighted score, we use the weight times the score. For the first factor is 0.25 times 70, we will get 17.5. And for Kuantan is 0.25 times 60, we will get 15. Same method to calculate the other factor and then sum out all the weighted score for Penang and also for Kuantan, we will get the total weighted score, which is 72.3 and also 68. So XYZ should choose to expand its theme park in Penang as it gets higher point score than Kuantan.
Okay, so your assignment I'm expecting you to do the exact same thing. Draw this table out. Okay, tell me what are your key success factors. Okay, some of these can be used also. Which one do you think is important to you? In the essay, you also need to write why this is your key success factor. Okay, let's say you say income level is your key success factor. Okay, inside your essay, you need to write out why income level is important for your business. Okay, remember this is key success factor. The 5 most important things for your business location. Okay, so there must be a good reason for choosing each point lah. Okay, so you need to explain all of them. And also in your essay, you need to explain out of these 5, which is the most important one, which is the second most important one, why. Okay, so I'm expecting a clear explanation for all these things lah. Okay, what is your success factor, key success factor, and why, which is most important and why. Okay, then you give the weights. All right, and then lastly, you will have to choose shortlist 2 locations, and then you give me a score. Okay, again, explain why you give me this score. Okay, you need to have facts, you need to have statistics, you need to have data to support why you give such a score to such and such location. Okay, for example, let's say Penang and Kuantan, why Penang got 85 for income level and Kuantan got 80 for income level. I don't know. Okay, so if you want to give this score, before you give this score, you go and find out first. Okay, give me real statistics. Okay, real data lah. Okay, don't just say, oh, this is better based on your opinion. I don't want to know your opinion. Okay, I want to know the data. Okay, so go and find, or you will have my very bad opinion on your marks. All right, so that is what I'm expecting. One more thing. How to choose location? Don't tell me Penang and Kuantan. First of all, Penang is a state. Kuantan is not a state. So you cannot compare Penang and Kuantan. Right? Don't compare states because state is too big. Okay? You don't tell me, let's say you choose education and health. You don't tell me the whole state of Penang, everybody got the same education and the same health level. Impossible. Okay? It is not wise to do that for business decision. Okay, so for business decision, you want to be as specific as possible. Don't even tell me Kuantan, right? Kuantan is also very big. The whole Kuantan, everybody got same education level? No, right? So narrow down some more, okay? Try to narrow down to at least a town, okay? Like Setapak, right? You can do that. If you want to go down narrower, okay, like Setapak and Kota Damansara, you know, like a town. Don't give me like a state. Okay, that's too big. And like even then, right, it's also very difficult, right? Setapak is quite big also. And then there are areas in Setapak where people are very, 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 very poor. Okay, like in Taman Melawati, still got one asli behind the mountain, behind the zoo there. Still got one asli. So and then in front of the asli got a kampung, small kampung. Okay, then in front, wow, the bungalow then big. So it's very, very different one. So yeah, choose your locations wisely. If you want to go down even narrower, like for example, TV128 versus Cheras, what's the thing? C180, I think. I forgot the name in Cheras. Okay, where it's like a very specific building, a very specific location. You can pinpoint on Google Maps. Or you want to say like 1U, Mid Valley. You know, these are like very, very specific locations where, in my opinion, it is very easy for you to compare between both the locations. Okay, which is better lah. But maybe some of the statistics will be more difficult to find because it is so specific. Okay, so that is for you to figure out what you want and how you want to do it. Okay, so my assignment, I like detail. Okay, I don't want you to write long, everything surface. That one no need to write even better.
Okay. So if don't have statistic, can we like just use our opinion, like because of this area is not so much like for example furniture, not so much of the housing area, so that it's more on shopping mall like this. Can we like just give on some statement like this other than statistic.
But why is the now you say, if you say that okay, this area has not much housing area, then you prove it lah. Sure God, you sure can prove it, what, right? You can say that okay, this area you can even show a screenshot of Google Maps, right? Then you can like have look at all these points. All of these are shopping malls. All of these are industrial areas, commercial areas, and then not a lot of housing area. If you want to say a statement like that, sure you can prove it one. Okay, so
Okay, sir.
yeah, so like how you want to prove it, then that's up to you, because there are a lot of methods. Okay, doesn't mean that you must go to Department of Statistics Malaysia and then a specific statistic. No, okay, that one is very difficult to find, I understand. Okay, so how you want to prove a certain statement, you go and decide. Okay, I'm sure you all can find. All right, let's go on to 4.
Question 4. XYZ produce regions in a conventional process-focused job shop with the department built around the kinds of work needing to be performed. One of the engineers at XYZ has prepared a proposal to change from a job shop to a cellular manufacturing setting. The costs for the current job shop and the proposed cellular setting are summarized below, assuming an annual production volume of 100,000 units. So question A, what would be the annual cost savings if this proposal was accepted? So we need to calculate the annual variable cost first. To calculate the annual variable cost, we use the variable cost per unit times the annual production volume, which is 100,000, and we will get the annual variable cost of 250,000 and 160,000. And sum up the annual fixed cost and the variable cost, we will get the total cost, which is 300,000 and 275,000. So the annual cost saving will be the 300,000 minus 275,000, which is 25,000.
Okay. Now this sequence is a bit upside down. Okay, so job shop is the present, cellular is the proposal. Okay, so currently the company is using a job shop strategy, which means how they arrange the factory lah. Okay, it's a job shop. So now they want to change to cellular. Okay, so cellular you all learned last week already. A cellular strategy, which means to arrange in a cell lah. Okay, which is more modern, which is more efficient sometimes. So the company wants to change and then see which one has a lower total cost. So total cost very simple lah, right? Fixed cost plus variable cost you will get. So total cost savings 25,000. Okay, correct. Let's go to B.
B. At what volume would XYZ be indifferent toward the proposal? So we assume A equals to annual production volume, and the total cost of cellular proposal equals to total cost of job shop. The total cost is equal to fixed cost plus variable cost, so the fixed cost is 150,000 plus the variable cost 1.6 times the annual production volume equals to 50,000 plus 2.5 times annual production volume, and then we will get the A equals to 72,222.
Okay. Yeah, so it's equal lah. It's not more than or less than. Wait, echo. Okay, see the question say what volume would XYZ be indifferent to the proposal? All right, so indifferent means not different, same. Okay, so should be equal. So total cost of the cellular strategy is equal to total cost of the drop shop. So we just find out the volume. The volume is 32,222. Okay, which means if it's above this figure, if you produce more than this, cellular would be cheaper. If you produce less than this, drop shop will be cheaper. Okay, so we want to know where is that line. All right, so that it's easier for the company to decide clearly. Oh, okay, if we want to produce more than this every year, then okay, we should change. If not, no need to change. Okay. Oh, you got right here. Indifferent the total cost of the proposal is greater than the. Yeah. Okay, correct.
Question C. What factor other than annual cost should be considered in this decision? Annual production volume should also be considered in this decision since the change of production volume will change the annual cost as well.
Okay. Still got others okay. Now, besides the cost and the volume, right? Actually, volume I can also. There are other things you need to consider which will at the end also will affect your total costs. Okay, so first of all is the labor knowledge. Okay, your labor can or not? Your labor know how to use or not? Know how to do or not? Okay, so their knowledge. And if they don't know, maybe you might need to add in training, which adds to the total cost. Right? Their productivity. If they are not productive, then sometimes you blame it on the new system, but maybe it's not the new system, right? Maybe it's them. Ease of supervision in the factory. Supervision is very important, right? You want to make sure that supervisor can effectively supervise everybody. Okay. Ease of maintenance. Easy to maintain or not? Okay. Some items are very easy to maintain. Some items are not. Okay. For example, I got an oven. My mother got an oven. Okay, it's a steam oven. Never used before. I don't know why she buy also. Very weird one. She damn big. Okay, she bought this steam oven. Keep. And then last year I came back from KL. Then I say, hey, still here. Never used before. Then I said, I'm the use. Right? Might as well. So, worry. Okay, some reason. So they got the guy to come over before MCO. Got the guy to come over. He said, oh, this thing cannot repair already. Too old already. Not too old. The thing is very complex. Okay, the system used in the oven is very complex. Only one place in Malaysia can run it, and it's in KL. So the oven is still now a cupboard. You can keep things inside. So it's very wasted I feel, because it is difficult to maintain. Okay, whatever the price you bought at, you must make sure that it's easy to maintain. Okay. Dyson vacuum, very easy to maintain. Okay. I brought it to the shop, then they just change it. Okay, because it's modular, everything is in parts. Okay, so whatever spoil, you just swap out the part, then we're done. Okay, so it's very, very easy to maintain. Okay, so if you change the setup of a factory, need to have regular maintenance, right? During those regular maintenance, is it going to take more time? Is it the same or what? Okay, so this will affect your total cost as well, because maintenance time equals downtime. Downtime equals no production. No production equals no money. Okay, so need to be very careful. And still got one more one. What is it? Where are you? Oh, job flow. In a factory, right, consists of many machines. Your product goes from one machine to another machine. Okay, so if you change the setup, can the product still flow smoothly or not? Okay, or need to travel very far? Okay, so these are the things that will affect your decision. Okay, let's move on.
So for question 5, Electronics Unlimited is considering 2 different locations in Southeast Asia for manufacturing remote control units for VCR. The cost structure for each location is as follows. Fixed costs are on an annual basis. So question A, which location is more economical for a first year volume of 50,000? So for this question, we use total cost equal to fixed cost plus variable cost times volume. And then we just calculate that, and we just compare and choose the lowest total cost. So for this question, Vietnam has a lower total cost, so it's more economical. And for question B,
Wait. Okay, question B no need. Question B is the same, right? The same as question A, so it's okay lah. Now, same thing here. All right, the formula is exactly the same. Total cost equals to fixed cost plus variable cost times volume lah. Okay, so just do that for the 2 locations, then you would find what is the more economical choice. Okay, so it's Vietnam. For question B is also Vietnam. Okay, so yeah, like let's say it comes on the exam, which I don't think it will, because it's too easy. So you just need to write down more economical by what? Okay, just very simple, just add me. Okay, anybody know what's VCR? This thing. Remote control for VCR. Difficult question. Don't know eh. FA, you know. Okay, VCR is this thing. Okay. VCR. Then we have to watch movie one, by the way, if you never see before, right? Go inside, then the tape, you put the tape inside, then you watch movie. Okay, then we have VCD, we have DVD, and then we have Netflix. Okay, so when you're born, it probably didn't exist anymore. Oh well, let's move on. Okay, 6.
For question 6, discuss an operations manager. As operation manager, how would you consider your location decision if you want to set up a service organization? First, I would consider service and image compatibility with demographics of the customer drawing area. I would consider who my target audience are and where they are located in order to identify the desirability of a location. For example, if the service organization is mainly providing service to the youngsters, a location with sufficient number of youngsters living around would be the most desirable. Second, competition in the area. If there's too much competition, it may be a warning sign to expand your horizons to a new location. However, if the organization is offering unique and innovative services, choosing an area that already has a right market could be an ideal way. For example, if the service organization is providing services that are extremely unique and customized, it can still pick up customers very quickly despite having a lot of competition. Thirdly, accessibility. I would need to consider how accessible the location will be for customers. For example, it's important to consider the local transport links, particularly main routes and public transport and parking lots. If the service organization is relying on high customer footfall, ensuring the location is accessible by car, bus, and train is crucial. If the company is providing services to white-collar workers, locating it in a business hub or bank district is an ideal choice. Moreover, accessibility is important for recruiting the right people into the business. If the location has high accessibility, recruitment will be relatively easy.
Okay, but still got lah. Okay. Service, right? So I think this few is also something that you can want to consider. Got others lah, but this can be something that you all want to consider for your coursework as well, right? Some of these points, because most of no, all of your groups will be doing service organization. Okay, you are doing retail outlet, so retail outlet mostly are involved in service lah. Okay, so all of this can be part of your key success factors if you all want to. Okay, now for competition, right? It's true. Okay, there are reasons that you might want to be near your competition. Okay, there are reasons that you might want to be far away from your competition. Okay, so some people when they start business, they want to start their business in a place where nobody do the thing yet, right? They say, oh, this area don't have this service yet, so I will start it here, so maybe I will have some business, right? So for example, my dad's factory there, right, got a new bubble tea shop. Okay, like for us, we drink until want to vomit already, so we don't want already. Like you see bubble tea, but nothing new already. But for that area, right, got very good business, right? Because don't have from last time until now, that is the first bubble tea shop. So like for now, it has very good business lah. Okay, so that's one strategy. You go far away from your competitors, and then you open in a place where it is considered as a new service. Okay, got another strategy is you want to go near your competitors, right? Have you all noticed, like in certain areas, in many areas, you can find many restaurants together. Okay, you go to the same block, right? You can see one corner got KFC, got the other corner got McDonald's, Pizza Hut. They are all in the same location, right? Okay, it's a very high competition area. But people still go there and open. Okay, you can see all these big brands there. Then you see this, don't know what shop is this, then go and open beside them, or few doors next to them. Also got, right? So they purposely want to go near the competition. Okay, so sometimes they can be offering unique and innovative services. Okay, or they think it's something different that can attract customers, or maybe they just want to be near the customers because they know that this type of areas got a lot of customers already. Okay, so the area is already very mature since there are a lot of competitors, right? So got a lot of people, and then you just go there lah, since there are a lot of customers, so you got a higher chance of a customer noticing you. Okay, so that's a strategy also. So for your type of business, I don't know what you want to do, it's up to you. Okay, accessibility can be also for your business since you all are attracting customers, right? Okay, last one, easy.
A small producer of machine tool wants to move to a larger building and has identified two alternatives. Location A has an annual fixed cost of 100,000 ringgit and variable cost of 2 ringgit 90 cents per unit. And location B has annual fixed cost of 230,000 ringgit 230,000 ringgit and variable cost of 1 ringgit 60 cents per unit. assuming an annual production of 120,000 units. And so we compare location A and B. Location B is better and as it has a lower total cost. And for question 7b, calculate the volume of output whereby the two locations have the same total cost. So we just use the total cost of A equal to total cost of B, and we assume the volume of output as X, and then we will get 400,000 units for X. That's all.
Okay. Yeah, the calculation, same like just now. Everything also we did before already. 7a, calculate total costs, fixed cost plus variable cost times volume. Okay, so location B obviously has the lowest costs. Okay, so in operations management, right, a lot of times you all need to make decisions, right? The question asks you to choose between a few options. So whether they want the higher or the lower, you all just need to pay attention lah. Okay, in exam, in the past, a lot of times also confused. Need to choose the higher number or the lower number. Like this one is easy lah, cost mah, higher cost, lower cost. The later chapters also got more that you need to make decisions. So you need to be very careful whether you want to take the higher value or the lower value. Okay, so location B is lower, is better. And question B, two locations have the same total cost. Okay, what volume? 100,000. Okay, so same method as just now. You just want to put the total cost of A equals total cost of B. Okay, like that. Everyone okay? Surviving? Yeah, no problem. I think that's all for today actually. A bit early. But...
So I would like to ask some the coursework thing.
Ask lah.
Yeah. So for the bird view layout, because my group choose the furniture, because then the bird view layout, do we need to like, because I going to like put one part is for the living room, means the design of living room, then bedroom. Do I need to draw the particular like TV, sofa inside, or I just put one living room design, one design two like this?
Okay. You... Let me think. The furniture is 3 to 4 shop lot size. So your bird view layout is supposed to be a bit bigger than the others because you got the most, you got the largest shop, okay, among all the other business. So right, your bird view layout is supposed to be a bit bigger, and then definitely you have different sections, right? Living room, kitchen, bedroom, all these things. And within those, roughly how are you going to arrange your items? Okay, you don't need to be very detailed. Oh, the first bed is here, the first bed is here, beside got cupboard. No need so detailed. Okay?
So if I draw a part is for the living room design, I just put living room designs. Then just that another part is I put all sofa together. Then I just arrange how the sofa will be arranged. Is it?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. I would like to ask the part C there. It mentions one information flow. What is this?
Okay, information flow within your business. How is your layout going to support your information flow? Okay, so there are a lot of types of information flow within the store. It can be you to your customer to your customer to, actually there's two directions, you to your customer and your customer to you. So how are you going to transmit information to your customers? Okay, it can
Okay.
be using signs, it can be using posters, can be using, sometimes you can see sticker on the floor to guide the customers. Customer
So
service
one of the
counter.
advertisements like banner like this is also counted as information flow, is it?
Correct. You can
Oh,
choose
okay.
lah. You can choose whether you want to put this. Also, you can write in your. Got one more category is sign, symbols, and artifacts.
Yeah.
Your banner can be your sign also. But
Okay.
in the information flow, you can say that the banners help you to transmit information to your customers.
Okay. Understood.
Can.
And if example the symbol there, if we wanted to put the company logo or company symbols, do we need to there's field design? Do we need to put in all our design inside,
Uh,
in the appendix or anything?
you can lah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, not compulsory but
Not compulsory. Okay.
yeah.
Uh, so and the part C there got one utilizations of space and equipment. So we need to mention which the space, how are we going to use it, and what equipment do we need? Is it?
Mm, not equipment. What equipment you need? Actually, yeah. So okay, like the first one, right? Utilization of space and equipment is the first category. Okay, so like this is the part where you all give the general description of the whole layout, because okay, let's say you got a shop lot, one shop lot. How are you going to utilize all the space on your shop lot? Okay, so you are going to explain this by, okay, so the shop will be split into 5 different sections because we got, yeah, the shop will be split into 5 different sections: the living room, the kitchen, the bedroom, the garden. What else is in the house? Toilet. Okay, so got 5 sections. These sections will these sections, whatever lah, right? You go explain yourself. But basically, it's a description of your entire layout. Okay, before you go into section by section, explaining all the different categories.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Remember to draw your door inside. Okay, everybody must have a door, right? So you need to have a door. So just draw like a thin rectangle there, or like a slanting line, right? Just to show where's the door. And you also need emergency exit. Okay, so remember that. Anything else?
Sir, for the shop lots, because for furniture is 4 shop lots,
Correct.
the maximum.
Correct.
So if my shop lot is double story, means I only need 2 shop lots, got 4. Is it counted as 4 shop lots for it?
Oh, a good question. Let me see.
Because I own one whole shop lot, which is double story like this.
4
2
shop lot
floors.
size. Okay lah, can.
Can now.
2
Okay.
floor, 2 shop lot correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So like in your layout, you must draw lah. This is the top floor. This is the bottom floor, right?
Okay. Yeah, I think that's all already.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Anybody else? If you have a question, you can ask here. If you can think of one now. But maybe you haven't started yet, right? So go and start first, and yeah, if you have, you can ask next week, or can email me. Then I'll reply you when I'm available. Okay, I'm done for today. Thank you for coming. Thank you for preparing your answers. See you all next week. Yes, your question? Or you accidentally raise your hand? Okay. Welcome.